Alright, so this is where I fell out with videos like a week ago, whatever the hell it was. We were headed from Calabash Creek to Georgetown. And first thing we did in the morning was get stuck, which was great. I had to have towboat come and pull us out. I read a marker wrong in the dark. There's a red buoy at the mouth of the creek, and I went around it with it to my port side like I would leaving anything. And it was dark, so I didn't see the yellow diamond on the side, which is a warning for the shoal past it, and that's what we got stuck on. But whatever, we got that pulled out. But it started as a late day. It turned into a really long day. A marina I pulled into fuel, of course, wasn't serving fuel that day for whatever reason. It was a nightmare getting in and out. I had taken a vacation day, but it was the day before the deadline, so I ended up getting a text and ended up working 3/4 of the day and everything else. So it was kind of a long day getting down. But Georgetown was real nice. We enjoyed it, and real pretty. Buggy though, we were not crazy about that part. It was pretty awful in regards to mosquitoes when it got to be nighttime and in the morning stuff. So we did flee that pretty quick. These areas were cool. Where you see these little inlets. They have these neighborhoods where they put canals that run through the backyards of it. So everybody's yard has the street out front, and then it has the canal running through the back. So they all have waterfront property, which is pretty neat. But it was a real pretty drive down, even though it was kind of a long, long day. And we did keep seeing this. Somebody has gone out and made stickers now and is putting it on all the derelict boats where you got the SS Biden on them, and this one even has his picture on it, which is absolutely fantastic. Another one that we've had a lot of bridges open on the way down, which has gotten to be an interaction I enjoy. The bridge tenders tend to be really cool, and we got one more left when we get down to St. Augustine after this. But yeah, this got to be pretty far out in the sticks later in the day. A lot of swampy stuff. But this was right near the restaurant we're at. This little guy was climbing around and totally not intimidated. I all but stepped on him. And then when I came over to take video of him, he just sat right there, kind of like staring at the camera. Totally, totally chill, not worried about it. But Georgetown was real nice, and we took some time to relax and go out to dinner. Peanut, of course, loves the place, but it's a smaller city, but real pretty. And they are set up for mariners to come in. They got a couple of docks right down the main strip there where this is. And a lot of restaurant stuff. There were a couple of business closures we noticed. Stuff that was closed down. It looked like longer than the whole COVID thing. But still a very pretty little city there. Not as much fun as Charleston, which we went to after this. But a lot of old houses, a lot of historical stuff. Nice park down by the end where Peanut did get to finally get out and really stretch her legs, which is getting more and more difficult to get her to do because she's for some reason hates the heat, which is crazy for a dog that comes from Aruba. But she hates it. Sits in the air conditioner all the time. And yeah, we did go out and have a nice dinner, and I don't give a shit. I ate fried food, and I don't care. But Georgetown, yeah, real pretty. And the thing that got me was the gators that were like right out back of the restaurant. We actually spent some time down there. We went out back, and they weren't huge, but this little guy was right out behind the restaurant, just chilling in the water, like outside the window. And after a minute, we noticed. You'll see in the next shot, there's a couple of turtles that were in there too, and the turtles are not put off by the gator at all. They, were hanging out there, and they finally actually went over and started antagonizing the gator, to the point where one of them like took a nip at its tail and its foot until the gator turned around and like snapped at it, and then the turtle just sinks like a stone, drops straight to the bottom to get away from the alligator. It was funny, but we've now seen more gators. You see them in the canals and everything. They're definitely around. But Georgetown was they were the most like in your face, and they have the signs everywhere like they do with the dolphins. Everything. Do not feed the alligators. Blah blah blah. But you can tell that people have to for them to be this chill and hanging out where they are. Because like this guy right here, you'll see that's the restaurant we were in right there. You know what I mean? We were eating dinner on the other side of that glass right before we went out and got this stuff. But he was totally, totally cool with everything down there. And they have a nice boardwalk down by the water where we were anchored. And yeah, very pretty city. We were very pleased with it. But we only stayed for a day and then headed on to Charleston, which was a lot of fun. And that's next.